Hey, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. What is this, January 3rd? Only 362 more days left to go in the year. I'm posted the link in the Facebook group, and I just posted it here. So hopefully anybody wants to join in can. Happy New Year, like I said, new year. It's been a couple weeks. We didn't have a show last week because taking a few days off for the Christmas holiday and just taking some time off. Realized I had a bunch of stuff to do for those couple of days between Christmas and New Year's when people wanted to get stuff done before the end of the year. So I had to do a little bit of work last weekend, but it was good because it took a few days off before that. So anyway, we are back and here for show number 342. 2021. I got to get used to saying that. 2020 is in the rearview mirror and fading fast. Hopefully, 2021 hopefully will be a little more positive than 2020. Seems like we're on the right path. Still got a ways to go, but with the vaccine and stuff there, hopefully things get better rather than worse. So we get better throughout the year. So hope everybody had a good, safe New Year. So this is first Sunday in 2021. Had a good time, good break. It was good to take some time off. Had a little bit. We had a smidge of snow on Christmas, and basically enough to coat the deck a little bit. Not really snow, more like what do they call it? Not sleet. I don't know. There's a name for it, but it's like frozen, fluffy sleet, basically, is what we had. So we had a little bit of that on Christmas, and then the week was okay in between Christmas and New Year's, kind of back up to normal. So we're kind of locked in, I think, for our typical January weather pattern here in the Atlanta area, with highs somewhere in the 40s to low 50s and lows 25 to 30, something like that. So not too bad, especially compared to some other parts of the country that are dealing with all the snow and cold and everything. Been there, done that. Not really interested in doing that anymore. So that's I guess we trade off the lack of snow here in the winter for the nice humidity we get in the summer. So it's one or the other, I guess. But at this point in my life, I'm kind of happy that we don't get snow. I kind of miss seeing it around, but like I always say, I don't mind driving. I don't miss driving in it or having to shovel it or do all the other stuff that you got to do when it is really cold and snowy. So yes, we're kind of locked into January weather. Hopefully things start off good. So far, so good for the year. Things are generally pretty positive. Only slight negative at this point is I've ran into a little bit of runner's knee. So a little bit of irritation around the knee from running. So I'm taking the first week or so off. Going to do some stretches and strengthening, and hopefully I can get back at that in mid-January. So,
how you doing,
James? Happy New Year. How are you?
Good. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. So you have good holiday overall.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be able to go to work.
Yeah. I was going to say, did you take some time off? But you always take time off. So
yeah, I have to keep arguing with them. Look, I'm going to take some time off, regardless of what you say or not. I'm going to take time off.
Yeah. Well, you get that luxury. I'm getting close to having that luxury. It's going to be a few more years for me, but I'm looking forward to it.
When you're ready, you're ready. Just put plenty of money away.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm working on. Still working on. I've been doing pretty good the last 20 years, but I think I've got a few more years left. So, well, good. So, there's Wes. Wes just popped in here. Hey, Wes.
Hey, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Wes.
Happy New Year to you, James.
Welcome to 2021. 362 more days left. 3 days into 2021. So, yep. So we're We are here. Hope everybody had a good. James said he had a pretty good time off. Although he's always got. And here's another guy that doesn't have to worry about going back to work.
You know what? That guy keeps following me.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, he's a stalker. Yeah, you might need to report him to the FBI or something.
When I want to leave the show, he still calls me up on the phone.
Yeah, I was gonna better call MI6 because the FBI can't do anything about him, but MI6 can, I guess.
Yeah, we got good electronic jamming stuff here. I can't
Oh,
stop
okay.
I can't stop it. I'm his nightmare.
Good. You have a good holiday?
Well, we didn't do anything.
Yeah, nice and quiet. Huh? You didn't have to go out.
Yeah.
Even if you wanted to, you couldn't go out, huh?
No, that's the whole place is shut down. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have get together at all over Christmas?
No, you're not allowed to. You wasn't allowed to go to anybody's house.
Oh man. So you did a Zoom call? Did you do a Zoom call?
Oh yeah. We called up your friends and stuff, but
Yeah, not quite the same, is it?
yeah, it's just pretty naff, really.
Yeah. It is. Hopefully that'll change here as we get further into this year with the vaccine. Have you heard anything on you? I mean, I know your daughter had it, right? She had the vaccine already.
Yeah, they've all had it now. Ben's had it, and Tim in Chelmsford, he's got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
No, we've been okay. We had the test and we were negative, and
Okay.
the wife, all negative.
Okay. All right. So are you going to get the vaccine soon?
Yeah.
Are you on the?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. I don't mind if I have to start talking in a high voice or whatever.
Okay. So have you heard?
Experience then, Dennis? If you
It'll
sound
be a new experience, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever the side effects are, it can't be as bad as getting the disease.
Yeah. That's the and the side effects for just like for most vaccines are relatively low for the vast majority of people. So
That's right. They give me the flu jab, but they didn't tell me I wouldn't be able to use my arm for 24 hours.
Yeah. I don't think that's even a side. That's just part of the deal. That's not even a side effect. That you're going to have that. So that's not.
Yeah.
You've seen the way they put those needles in. They kind of look at it and go, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's okay, you know. I don't mind. I'll be brave. I didn't cry much anyway.
Okay. All right. That's good. Yeah. It's interesting. My parents are in their mid 80s, and they probably will be vaccinated. I think they're thinking in the next couple of weeks. So, which will be good. That'll be good because then they'll be actually be able to get out and do a little bit. They've been pretty much shut in the last 6-7 months. So.
He said on the news channel this morning that the UK government has already vaccinated 1 million people with the Pfizer jab.
Okay.
And then the Oxford one starts tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
they said there's 1 million ready starting tomorrow. They're going to get as many people done as possible.
Yeah. Well, the UK's done as many as the US, I think, right? Isn't it about right, Wes?
I think we're probably at about 2 million now, 2 or 3 million.
Yeah.
They're only getting like 1 million a week done, so it's taking too long.
Yeah, it's going to take at that pace. It'll take 6 years.
Yeah, you need to ramp it up a little bit there.
Yeah, it needs to go up a little bit. Yeah.
They reckon that it'll take to April before they turn the corner here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I've heard here they're saying really June, summer, sometime in summer, probably when they get all the when they get down to the group 2 or 2B or whatever. Once you get past the all the old people, the people with pre-existing conditions, essential workers, healthcare, and then they get down to the core. They think that'll be probably summer for us. I think I heard like July or August or something like that. So.
When the hospitals got snowed down with patients, they started calling on retired doctors and nurses to go back, so they could help out because there was such a shortage of staff. We're all off sick.
Yeah.
And now those people have been volunteering to do the vaccines, administer the vaccines. But there was a doctor and his wife is a nurse practitioner, which is quite high up. Like, they're retired, but when they said that they'd be willing to help out doing the vaccinations, they got told they have to fill in about 40 sheets of stuff and take tests to make sure they can do it. I thought the guy's been a doctor all his life.
Yeah, it's probably not that hard to vaccinate. He's probably done 20,000 of those over his life. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was also a dentist. He said that he only works 4 days a week, so he volunteered to help out for 1 day a week doing vaccinations. Done the same to him. You have to fill in so many forms and prove that you got to know about their rights as well. Yeah. Yeah, and you got to do psyche stuff, to make sure. If there's an argument, you got to have all the qualifications. They just listed everything, and they all turned around and said, "Oh, stop that."
Yeah. I would think giving a vaccination is pretty. The thing I would be more concerned about paperwork would be someone actually drawing blood. That takes a little bit more skill, I think. Kind of actually hitting the vein and doing that, than opposed to just sticking somebody in the shoulder. But what do I know? I'm just.
I can't give blood over here. They won't accept it.
Yeah. Have you had people in your area, James, that have said they don't want to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had that some of the rural hospitals here in Georgia where they sent out vaccines to vaccinate older people with health risk. They were just sitting there unused because the people didn't want to get vaccinated. So the state health director was like, well, if you don't want it, we're going to take it back and go back to the metro areas and vaccinate people that want to get the vaccine. So there's at-risk people in the smaller, less populated areas that are.
If they say no today, how long would I have to wait if they change their mind?
I don't know. That's they haven't said anything about that, but they're like, we can't, we're not going to let them go to waste. If you don't want them, we can't force you to take the vaccine. So we're going to vaccinate the people that want vaccinated. And
it's not mandatory over here to have an injection, but the Spanish government has already said to the people, if you don't have it, they're putting you on a register. So, good luck trying to get on an aeroplane.
Yeah, it's still your choice whether you want to have it or not. But if you decide not to have it, then it's just going to make your life a lot more difficult, basically.
Yeah, they're going to go like it's going to cause problems. Like, do you want to work with these people?
Yeah.
Their workplace and that. If they haven't been vaccinated, do you want to work with the guy?
Now I know. I wasn't alive when they started giving polio vaccines, but people here said that when they came out with the polio vaccine, it was pretty much a government requirement that everybody get vaccinated.
Yeah, I think when we were kids, they done it in school, didn't they? Do you remember having one, cuz?
What was the one where we had to line around the block of the police station? Or
was that the TB?
I got a big round scar, and the BCG I think was underneath. That was at school.
Yeah, I think TB injections will leave a scar, don't they? And you had polio. They done mumps, wasn't it?
Mumps, rubella, measles, mumps, rubella. I think was the one.
Measles was the dangerous one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the most contagious one, actually. Yeah.
The scar I've got is where they scraped it on, not injected it in.
Yeah, that's the TB, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got one. I have one of those too, up in my arm. Just a little round circle, about the size of a pea. That type of thing. Yeah. I don't know if they have that one anymore. They probably changed the way they apply that, but that was basically scrape the skin off and put it down.
I was standing in line waiting to go in with my family.
Yeah.
So
it's it must have worked because we never got any of the diseases.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think they virtually eradicated polio, haven't they? Smallpox and stuff like that.
Yeah, for the most part, except they're starting to have some issues with not polio, but with measles and stuff, with people not taking the vaccine, and it's starting to come back into the communities and in some communities. Hey, Happy New Year, Frank.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So it's one of those things where unless they have a government mandate to take it, not everybody's going to take it. So and they don't want them to go to waste, so they'll just put them out there, and if people don't want them, they'll take them back and give them to somebody else who wants them, I guess.
Yeah, well,
So
it's crazy not to do it, really. If it's been offered, and there's any kind of immunity is better than catching the disease, isn't it?
Well,
I would think so.
It's
Yeah,
the black community that are very much against it.
The
Yeah.
black community.
Black community.
Yeah, but they're the ones that are high risk, aren't they? More blacks were dying in London. Ethnic minorities, the Indians as well, and Pakistanis, and
Yeah.
they seem to be more susceptible to it.
yeah. Well, I think it's a matter of cultural and class to a certain extent too. If they don't have as much access to regular healthcare and stuff, but yeah, it's one of those things that you can't force everybody to take it. So I know they've been doing a lot of trying to educate people on, hey, this is something that's worth taking. It's for your good, that type of thing. But there's still groups that won't do it. So
it's like your taxi driver was. Him and his wife campaigned that it's all a con. There's no need to shut the shops. Well, after his wife died and he came out of intensive care, he may have changed his mind.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They all think it's a big scam or whatever, big hoax.
It doesn't exist. Yeah. We get a little bit of that here in Georgia. I'm sure you do. I'm sure. Well, a lot of rural areas. I mean, it's
luckily the kids. Ben got it. He had the splitting headache for 2 days, an aching body, and he seemed to just get over it within 3 days, like a cold.
Yeah.
So he's 23.
Yeah. Most young people don't have a bad reaction to it, but every once in a while, there's people that are, have a very, very, very severe reaction to it and end up, hospitalized or, in some cases dying from it. So,
But what's the percentage of someone getting it and dying from it?
I don't know what the overall odds are, but for those that are over 75 or 80, I mean, it's obviously a much higher.
Depends on your other conditions as well.
Yeah.
If you've got like ongoing healthcare problems, it seems to attack you then. Your immune system.
Compromised immune system as a result of something else, or then you're
The number I saw that if you were over 70 and you had 2.6 more or more comorbidities, you had a 6% chance of dying.
Yeah. And a lot of people over, they get older, have more, additional health factors on top of, what other people, younger people would have. So yeah, it's, it's not guaranteed, but the odds definitely go up by,
I was telling my cousin that after Christmas, my mother-in-law's next door neighbour died, and they rang up and says, "Oh, Eric's dead," and I go, "So how old was he?" And they go, "He would be 107 on his next birthday."
Yeah.
So, and that guy was still driving last year. Get his car out of the garage and go down to the supermarket for food. And it was only we fell over and broke his leg, and that finished him. He never really recovered.
Yeah. So he was 4 or 5 for the Spanish flu. He was 4 or 5 years. He probably remembers the Spanish flu. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was nothing wrong with him. His marbles were okay. He didn't have dementia or nothing. So cruising way through life to get to nearly 107 years old.
Yeah. He probably had the antibodies for the.
Yeah, he probably had a lot. Yeah, he's immune to everything. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a couple of stories of people like people in 100, 101, 102 that were alive for the Spanish flu and survived that, and then got COVID and survived that. Yeah, there was one lady that was 103, and she was in the hospital for a couple of days and came out, and she was like, "I don't know, I guess I'm healthy or whatever." It's like, well, you've been alive long enough that you've been exposed to everything, probably at one level or another.
It's certainly not an argument for lockdowns then.
Yeah.
So finding that more than 60% of the people who died from it or who are in their in critical condition have a very very, very low vitamin D levels, which was a direct result of being in the lockdown. That's why you're seeing an increase in the number of people getting it and the number of people dying from it in places where the lockdowns are the strictest,
Yeah.
like
Well,
California and New York.
Yeah, and then generally, people overall, even if you're outside, you still don't, especially as you get older, you don't synthesize enough vitamin D, even being out in the in the sun, especially if you live like where Dennis does, up pretty much at the North Pole. The sun is strong. So, but I think it's like 75% of Americans are deficient in vitamin D.
I know I am.
Below the basic level, yeah. And
if you want vitamin D, you'll have to drink plenty of milk then. If you don't get it,
you can. I mean, the
Milk is not enough.
The vitamin D supplements are so inexpensive. D3 or whatever, you can get a little pill that's like 5 times what you normally need, and it costs you a penny or two a day. And
is it D or E or both?
D. Well, D is what they're finding seems to be the big correlation between low vitamin D and bad outcomes from coronavirus. And they think
in a major percentage.
Strong vitamin D has a very strong positive effect on the immune system.
That and zinc.
Yeah. So, and that's part of the reason probably why not only blacks but Indians, anybody with darker skin, especially if they live in northern climates, they don't. Their skin color prevents them from absorbing as much vitamin D, which was, where they evolved was in the center where the sun was so bright. So you have that, and you move to a northern area where you don't get much sun anyway, and then you're never outside on top of it.
Right.
It just it compounds, and that's
you probably want to have your blood checked. Everybody here listening.
Next week.
But don't take too much, because overdosing on D is not a fun thing either.
Yeah, but you can take, what is it, 5? I think that basically 5,000, was it IUs, international units or whatever? I think it's basically, you can take a 5,000 IUs every day, and for most people it's perfectly fine. I mean, I've had mine checked first time a couple years ago, and it was a little, I was kind of like the low end of normal, and then I started doing regular vitamin D, like 5,000 every other day, that type of thing. I had done last year, and I was at the middle to high end of normal, and I really hadn't. That's the only thing I changed. Basically activity, being outside is about the same, but just that vitamin D bumped me up. Is it over 60? Whatever the measurement is, it wants you to be above 60. Seems to be the baseline.
Do all you guys take vitamins of any kind then? Do you take supplements?
Oh, absolutely. Every day.
Yeah.
I take vitamin B, vitamin D, and a multivitamin at the same time.
Yeah, I take vitamin D, vitamin K. I take some iodine because we've got a family history of a little low thyroid level, so iodine helps. So it's basically kelp. And then vitamin E, and that's primarily it. And like a B complex a few times a week. Yeah. But vitamin D, vitamin K, magnesium, zinc.
Yeah, I was noticing I was getting a bit of a rash on the side of my nose, and I went online to find out what could be the possibilities, and B was one of the things listed. And ever since I've been taking the B complex, or the folic acids, haven't had an issue.
Yeah,
so
folic acid and niacin, I think, and then B12 are like the 3 big ones that people seem to be a little low of. So
I don't drink milk all that often, so I got to take the D and other things that normally come with the.
What about you, Wes?
I take a vitamin C and probiotic. That's all I take.
And you, Cuz?
Well, I've got omega-3, but I always forget to take it. So you can say I don't really take it. I just
well, just have an extra portion of fish.
Yeah. Well, I eat plenty of fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can get most of what you need from eating a varied diet, but there's a few things that are just, generally it's really tough to get.
Yeah. D being on the top of the list.
D is one of those ones that they're finding is just more and more important, especially as you get older. Once you get into your 40s and 50s, your body's ability to synthesize it and make it from sunlight just drops way down. And
Right.
I must be due to cop off soon then, because I don't take nothing. I never have.
Do you know why? Because you're bloody English. No one takes it.
yeah, 125, Dennis. You'll probably outlive us all.
Yeah,
It's like divorce rates. In England, you don't really hear much of it. But when I came to Canada first, that's all they spoke about. When I came to America, that's all they spoke about was divorce. It's like, it's amazing. And yet, I got divorced twice, so I ain't doing it again.
Well, what I think it is in England. I think it must be the beer and the food. I think is probably the secret. Pubs and pub food.
yeah. They say to us, like, if you're eating a reasonable, balanced diet, then all the vitamins you ever need is in it.
Mhm.
If you have fresh vegetables, stuff like that,
Yeah. The challenge is sometimes you can't do that all the time. So yeah, it's. But yeah, they're finding that vitamin D is one of the ones that's really seeming to have a pretty strong correlation. Maybe not necessarily preventing it, but reducing the severity of coronavirus because of the impact it has on the immune system. So
Yeah. Well, maybe all the diseases we catch die of the cold.
yeah,
Yeah, because we got the seafront just down the road here, like, and when I walk along the seafront, it's freezing.
hmm
-3 the other day, and I'm walking along there.
yeah. Oh, you get the wind blowing off the water.
Oh yeah, you get the wind blowing in your face, and that's it. You're frozen by the time you get back. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a cold day along the ocean is
Yeah.
it's-
We're not as bad as Simi. He gets it like up in the -15s, isn't it?
Yeah. When he goes out in the winter, yep.
Yeah.
Definitely chill. Yeah, a little colder than you, Dennis, but yeah. Even you though. I mean, probably 30, 40 degrees, whatever that would be. What, 5 degrees 0 to 5 degrees Celsius and wind?
Yeah, it's been over in -3, 0.
Okay.
Days, but today wasn't too bad. It was about 5 degrees. So.
Okay. Yeah, so about 40 degrees or so. Yeah. That's not bad. But yeah, as long as it's not wet and windy, that's not a bad temperature. Once the wind starts.
It's the wind chill factor that kills you. Yeah. You
Yeah.
feel that -20 when you're walking along.
Yeah. Especially if it's moist, if it's humid outside. Yeah. Cold and yeah. Yeah.
Well, we must be speaking a foreign language to Wes because he don't know what snow is.
You get snow in Jacksonville, like north.
Sometimes. But, yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while. When was the last time it snowed in Gainesville, Wes?
18.
10 years ago.
And how long did it last?
No, not long. I mean, it doesn't even stick. It just sort of it falls down and
Yeah, 10 minutes. 10 years ago for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, we could handle that.
Yeah. It was like Joe was talking, living in Phoenix. He said they were reviewing the weather, the 2020 weather in Phoenix, and they said they had 15 days where there was rain. Not that it rained a lot, but that there was precipitation. So out of 366 days, because last year was a leap year, they had 15 days where there was moisture that fell out of the sky. And I think the total precipitation was 5 inches or something like that. So,
I
yeah.
think we maybe had 15 days that didn't have any precipitation.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know we were well over 50 days at least with precipitation. We ended up with almost 70 inches of rain here this year. So it's a lot of rain.
Well, Wes, when it rains in Florida, it's a relief, isn't it? Because it clears the air.
No, because it just makes it more humid. It turns it into a sauna.
Yeah. The rain falls and then you see the steam just coming up off the ground.
I remember it. It really does. It rains well in Florida every day, isn't it? In the afternoons.
Yep, in the summer times, every afternoon,
Yeah.
just about.
No thanks.
And the temperature and the heat index goes up by 20 degrees after every rain because it's like walking into a steam room after a steamier room. Normal summer is like a steam room in Florida.
Right.
Yeah, wind chill factor down to like in the high 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it's everybody's got unique weather. That is.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So okay. So with the holiday 2 weeks ago, anybody get any new photography gear or any other new gear that you want to talk about? Anything? Wes? No.
I got a new memory card.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's photography gear.
My system's working better because the internet wasn't working as strong. So I had the cable guy come around, and it went from 30 to 245 megabytes per second.
That's good.
Wow. That's a big difference. Did he replace any equipment, or was it just a matter of?
Well, I had an Apple time machine, and he said going from the other system to the time machine, brought it right down. When he disconnected that, it went right up. And when we went in the living room to check the TV there on Wi-Fi, it was way up. So it's what was happening is when I watched Netflix, I watched the movies and that, they would stop. And they might stop for 5 seconds, then continue. Then it might stop for 10 seconds, then continue. Or they stop and don't continue.
It was buffering.
I kept thinking, what the hell is it? So I called them up and did a speed test. And they said it's the Wi-Fi. It's not reaching it properly.
Huh. So you had to stop the Apple time machine. Is that what you had to stop?
I threw it away in the dustbin.
Okay.
Yeah. He had an Apple modem. It
Oh.
was really old, so
Okay.
he can't handle the speeds.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't sure. When did they stop making modems? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really old.
So you got a new modem from the cable company then, James? Did they put a new modem in?
Yeah, it's just over there. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I upgraded our modem. I've had my own, and then I changed the server. We have Comcast. Is that what you have, Wes? You have Xfinity? Comcast?
No, we have Cox here.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I changed the plan, got rid of the minimal TV plan, and increased the speed. Theoretically, it's supposed to be gigabit, but I haven't seen anything close to that yet. It's faster than it was before, but it's not gigabit speed.
If you're on gigabit, Mark, you must have a fiber optic cable to your house.
No, it's just it's regular cable. So that's when they say gigabit, it's not. I don't think I'll ever see anything over 500 probably.
You can't get anything like that down a wire. That's a bit fiber optic to the premises.
Yeah. But we did have supposedly 100 gigabit or 100 megabit per second, and it was always like 70 to 80. And then when I upped the speed to the gigabit plan, I'm well over 100 now, and sometimes over 200. But I haven't seen close to a gigabit. So I'm going to give it another 30 days, and I'm going to call them and say I've never really seen this gigabit. So cut me down to the 500 or something.
Yeah, but if your source that you're downloading the information from is not transmitting at that speed, you're not going to see the speed anyways.
That's true. But yeah, you just do the speed test, like the Xfinity speed test, where you're supposed to connect direct. And it's faster than it was, but it's not anywhere near.
I think I'm around 60 or 70.
Yeah. Which was actually, that was okay for us most of the time. But if I was doing something up here for work streaming, and Pam was doing something for work streaming, and we had music, that type of thing, every once in a while it would buffer. So especially on the Wi-Fi, and now we're not running into that issue. So
yeah, I've got fiber optic to the end of the drive, and then there's cable into the house. But we get 350 megabits per second now.
Okay, that's more than enough, right?
Oh yeah. Well, Ben does his gaming with his friends, so When we built him a new computer upstairs, so we've done a speed test on it. It was 350.
Wow. Okay,
that's huge.
So
And how much does that cost you a month?
improve his gaming? Is he a better gamer with faster speed now?
Oh, yeah. He's put a i7 chip in, 10th generation, 8 cores. You know, and he's got a graphics card. What looks like something out of Star Trek. You know.
Uh-huh. That's the. I think for online gaming, that's the secret: is to have the graphics, the graphics card be the
Yeah.
the graphics processor. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you're going to do well, his frame rate on his games, he's playing in HD, you know, so it's
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's,
they play like 120 frames per second, you know, in high definition.
yeah. That's the whole thing with online gaming is to get a high frame rate, especially if you're doing like first person shooters, where you need quick reaction and that type of thing. You need that high frame rate so you don't, there's no lag in anything.
When we was on the phone, Wyatt, he used to go nuts. He's going, I keep getting killed.
Does he do tournaments where he wins money?
No, I think it's just fun and games with his friends, like, you know.
Yeah.
I go in there and he's like shooting people, you know, as you do.
Well, at least it's
At
something
a
violent.
certain level, I would think above a certain number of frames per second, the human eye can't tell the difference anyway. So it looks
He used to get lagging on the movement, but now it's nothing. It's smooth as anything.
Probably. So high frame rate, which allows you to scroll really fast up or down or left or right without seeing any. And you can do bigger screens, which give you more real estate, I guess.
right, and you're not lagging when you have a massive amount of
Yeah.
polygons to draw.
If you're going forward and you want to turn right and see what's to your right, there's
Right.
no lag, so you can just get over there.
Yeah, I don't think he's even gone into the BIOS yet and began to like chip it up because you can alter it. You know, he can make it. I think he's running at about 5.3.
Okay.
Far.
He's hopped it up a little bit. He's hot rodded it a little bit over base.
Well, system, don't cook your new processor. You know, just
Mhm.
got a water cooler on it. He's put in this one with a radiator bigger than my car. You know.
Yeah, it is amazing how much processing power is used for gaming and for Bitcoin mining.
Bitcoin, yeah, stay away from that.
That was the thing. What was it last year? 2019? Was it 2018, 2019? All the GPUs were getting bought by the Bitcoin miners.
Yeah, you can get for like over $1,000 if you can buy one. Everybody was buying them for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, now they're at 30 grand a coin. So
Yeah, Bitcoin is like virtual currency that doesn't exist. Cyberspace.
Yeah. But yeah, that was. I'm sure people still mine, but that was a big thing a couple years ago.
mhm.
People have whole server farms dedicated to Bitcoin mining.
Yeah. Well, you know, I prefer the 1 ounce Canadian maple leaves because, like, you can see what you got for your money.
Yeah, the stuff that's gold.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
One troy ounce of pure gold.
Yeah.
You've heard of those Bitcoins, right?
What about the Bitcoin?
They're called Bitcoins or something.
Mhm. That's one of them. There's hundreds of them, I guess, now. Yeah.
What
Cryptocurrency.
Dogecoins and
I mean, so we got our dollars and cents and stuff like that, but if we were to buy Bitcoins, is that just another form of exchange? Because there was a footballer who wanted to get paid half of his money in Bitcoins.
Yeah, it don't exist. Bitcoins. It's just cyber money.
Right, virtual money.
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever.
If you're holding loads of Bitcoin when the arse falls out in the market, you lost thousands.
Yeah. No, it's whatever value people place on it. That's
Exactly.
all. It's just whatever they negotiate the value is for an exchange. And
Mhm.
But he's a footballer and he wanted half his wages, like bonus or whatever it was, in Bitcoins. And I thought, well, that must be a lot of money.
is that so he doesn't have to pay taxes?
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Although they figured a way out. I think the IRS is figuring that out now. So
Mm.
Bitcoin is, if you're not getting paid in real money, then it shouldn't have to pay any tax on it.
yeah. What is real money anymore, Dennis? That's the
It's
question.
true.
Since they took us off the gold standard, there is no real money. It's all fiat currency anyway. So
I saw a statistic the other day that said 35% of all the currency in the United States was printed in the last 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are they doing
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, I know. Is your government doing quantitative easing?
Yeah. And then and obviously the Federal Reserve made a bunch of money available. Extra, was it 2 trillion or 3 trillion for the when the pandemic hit? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna cost a fortune in the future.
It's
It's
a transfer. It's a transfer from one bank account to another. So when they got to run out of bank accounts to transfer it to, something's going to happen.
Yeah, it's all cyber money. Don't exist.
I'm just waiting for inflation to hit double digits like it did in the 80s again.
I don't know. It's there's an arm of economics that suggests that won't happen because of the way the society works now. So it's all a big experiment. We don't know. Yeah.
Not much inflation over here.
What's that?
There's no inflation over here at the moment. It's zero.
Yeah. Pretty much zero here too. Very, very minimal. 1%, maybe 1.5%. Yeah.
Yeah, 1.4, something like that.
Minimal. Yeah, minimal. So who knows? It's been that way for 15 years for the most part. I mean, really since 2005, 2006,
Yeah. It'd be like the old Reichsmark after the Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
I always remember the guy who said he had to take a wheelbarrow load of Reichsmarks to the baker's to buy a loaf of bread.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
When he came out, someone had stolen the wheelbarrow because it was worth more than the cash.
Yeah.
Well,
it's kind of like that debate between digital and film photography. Is a digital photograph a real photograph if it's not on film? Does it really exist?
Yeah, it's taken by real cameras.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
real
cameras. It's a physical currency.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like a gold coin. You can put it in.
Right. Yeah. That negative is like a gold coin. You can touch it. You can look at it.
Yeah. Don't forget, all your files on your computer are all in cyberspace, and they don't exist.
Yep. Just ones and zeros. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of photographs, let's digital and or otherwise. Let's talk about those because it looks like Wes got a new toy for Christmas.
We know what you can do over Christmas.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn more about that because I saw that. I think you did a Facebook post on that. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I didn't. So you actually built it, and does it have a remote controller and everything in it? Right? It's got the full.
Well, it's got a Bluetooth receiver in it or whatever, and you use your phone.
Oh, cool. It's got an app on the phone, basically. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, before we get to that car flying around in the dirt, let's get to this bird flying around over the water. Looks like Jose has been busy photographing bird life here the last week or two.
Did he ever come on the show to explain what he's doing?
No, he hasn't. He's been posting for 3 or 4 years off and on. Yeah. I mean, so
He's filling up the groups.
What's that, James?
What's he trying to do? Put his stuff in all different groups?
I don't know. It's in 48 groups.
48 groups.
He's aspiring to be like Simi, but he runs out of time before he gets him in all the groups, I guess.
He's an amateur compared with Simi.
Yeah, he's an amateur groupie. Yeah. But where was this taken? Doesn't say. But American white pelican do not dive for food, but dip their bills into the water while swimming, usually found in flocks. Okay, so they scoop out of the water, so they catch a fish on the surface, basically.
Text Huntington Beach.
Okay. Why doesn't it I have to refresh it. I don't know what the. Oh, okay. But yeah, very cool. That's a good shot. Obviously, with the 200 to 600. At 600, I would guess, yeah. 1/2000 at 400. So basically, to get the speed up as high as possible, to freeze the motion, and that's nice. Nice reflection on the water. Nice positioning in the frame. Not quite in the middle. She gives you the sense of motion through the frame. So, and nice and sharp too. Yeah, very nice.
Decent amount of depth of field considering the size of the lens.
Yeah, it was at f6. So, well, yeah, that's wide open, almost wide. Yeah, it's wide open at 600. Yeah, so yeah, so I don't know how far away he was. That would make a difference, wouldn't it, on the depth of field? Probably.
Sure does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So he would be, if he's a little closer, would that indicate? Yeah, that would reduce the depth of field behind the subject if you were closer to it, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, it came out nice and nice. No, nothing distracting in the background. So you just focus on the bird. Yeah, it's a nice shot. Pretty well done. And here we go, snowy egret. Now this one looks like he maybe, I don't know. Did he swap out the background? I don't know. Looks like maybe. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, I would say it's got to be.
A little bit up here around the tail and around here. Yeah. It's too perfect a background. It's nice. It's a nice,
Yeah, it's
nice
you
composite.
wouldn't look like that.
Yeah.
Any lens I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Clouds behind the bird.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
Unless it was 2 inches away from you.
yeah. It's a really tiny snowy egret.
When you get close up, he has a lot of dust spots.
And he did it at 433, so yeah, maybe. But yeah, it's nice. This is probably the same. I don't know though. Same type of thing. Let's take a look. Maybe, yeah.
And you look at the catch light in the eyes, and where's the sunset?
Yeah.
On the other side of his
Sunset's
head.
on the other side, yeah.
That's a neat trick.
Yep. Yep. Catch lights coming in from over here and the sun's over there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, well, still a nice image. The bird is nice and sharp. Good job of that. So yeah, so I just wonder what the real, maybe there's just a total cloudless sky or really dull background. Who knows?
I don't know. Unless he altered the color temperature of the bird's feathers.
Yeah, that would indicate that. Yeah. There we go.
The cloud doesn't look right.
No.
Yeah. Same type of nice shot of the bird, but yeah, put over a little different sky.
Mhm. I wonder
That
if
one
he's doing
could-
this in Luminar
Yeah,
with its AI.
yeah. Let's see what's it's abundant. Yeah. Lightroom Classic doesn't say directly photographed. Yeah, it doesn't. Lateral chromatic. Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's any indication. Classic, Lightroom. Yeah, I wonder.
Who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, he does a good job of the. Now this one looks like over
Yeah,
the
that's-
background.
That
Yeah.
looks proper.
Yeah, the background is appropriately blurry.
Mm-hmm.
Now that would be whatever plugin he's using to swap out the background. You just got to blur the background a little bit. That would be, you have to apply a blur filter or something to it.
Yeah.
And, But yeah, this one, yeah, tricolored heron. Huh. Rare but regular on the Southern California coast. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. That's a western species there. I don't think I've ever seen this one.
Yeah, we've got them here.
You do? You do have them? Okay.
Yeah. They're not super common, but we have
So
them.
the tricolors are going to be probably the yellow, the blue, and the brown, I would guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've seen. I'm sure my dad has, but I don't. Mostly, you see the great blue or the little blue heron. Those are the two.
Yeah.
Wait, how long have you been in Florida?
What was that, James?
How long have you been in Florida?
All my life, 43 years.
I was going to say, because you know a lot about the birds and snakes and alligators.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been there your whole life, so yeah, you're very familiar with the area and you know what birds are there and different. I mean, you've been a wildlife photographer. How long have you been really focusing on wildlife photography, Wes?
If I was there and someone said,
Five
"What's
years.
the word of that?" I'll
5
say,
years. Okay. Yes. I mean, yeah, for 5 years. I mean, you've been going out on a regular basis and
Yeah.
look at, if you don't know something, you probably look it up, figure out what it is, and then it's easier to spot
Right.
next time. And
So was you trained by Crocodile Dundee then?
No.
now that's a lens. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, but yeah, I mean, after 4 or 5 years, yeah, you kind of know what migratory versus year-round and what to look for, and you probably know what looks a little different compared to normal. So you probably can pick out ones that maybe aren't normal or common.
There's still a lot I don't know. I mean, somebody who's just a birder in general, they're a lot more knowledgeable than I am. But
Yeah. Yeah, I was amazed. My father's been a birder for 65 of his 67 of his 87 years, probably. And so, yeah, I mean, you can do, oh, yeah, that's this and that. I'm like, how do you know the difference? He's like, well, can't you tell the little ring above the eye and it's different in the fall than it is in the spring? I'm like, okay,
yeah,
whatever you say.
Can he tell you what colour their eggs are in the nest?
probably.
Probably on some, yeah. But the one thing that he has, well, obviously he's getting older. His eyesight is not as good as it was, but he's done pretty good. Had cataract surgery, and he's able to get that. And his hearing has been the thing that's changed. You just don't get the the high frequency hearing reduces just naturally as you get older. So he's had to adjust for that as best he can. He's not as good as picking out what birds are what just based on the song. But,
I like this one. It's very detailed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now this one is Savannah Sparrow. Yeah, nice. And this is, looks like the real background.
Yeah.
But yeah, very nice. And obviously a little bit of sharpening going on there. Looks fine on when we zoom in, you can see it a little bit, but
That would be quite a program to change the background in that.
yeah, that'll take a lot of work.
Yeah.
So he's using a 2x teleconverter. So, wow. Oh, okay. So 706 equivalent. Yeah.
Those things are tiny.
Yeah.
Sparrows.
Man, that's got to be. Well, yeah, it's good. Good light. So the image stabilization helps a lot. But yeah, you're. I don't think you're hand holding this. This has got to be on a monopod at least. I would think, right, Wes?
Well, 1600. They could be handheld.
It could be. Yeah.
Yeah, we can handheld that.
Yeah, bright light like that. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, nice shot. Yeah. Nice image, nice background. Yeah, well done.
What kind
Okay,
of,
so here we go. Wes's new toy.
what kind of bird is this?
This is the Subaru Rally Bird.
Yeah.
Is that what that's supposed to be? A Subaru rally car?
I don't think it's supposed to be any particular car.
Okay.
It's just yeah.
The Top Gear Stig. Okay.
Yeah. The Stigmobile. I haven't watched any of the series since the original 3 left, so I don't know. Maybe this is something they built. But
Okay. All right. So you build it, and then it's got the motors and the battery and everything, and then you control it with the phone, with the app on your phone, huh?
yeah.
Okay.
And the
So
phone
Blue-
actually makes noises and stuff when you're driving.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's Bluetooth. You've got to stay within probably 20 feet of it or so, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How big is it?
I'd say it's probably about 8 inches long.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty small then.
It's
Okay.
It's pretty good size. But,
Yeah. That's smaller than I would. Okay. Yeah.
Was it moving when you took the picture?
No, it was still.
Oh.
I was
Yeah,
lying,
Could
lying
have
down on the ground.
Yeah.
got motion behind there. Should have got it to move.
Yeah.
Wheels turning.
That's nice. Yeah. So you had to actually lay on the ground to get this one, I'm sure.
Because Patrick would be jealous about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be careful not to crash it because you have to fix it up again.
Yeah.
Mhm. They just
That's-
snatched that together. Unfortunately, not
Yeah.
like a real car. Just this one just snatched that together.
How long did it take you to build?
Probably about 2 hours.
Okay. All right. So a little bit of work. Yeah.
Is this just one shot, Wes, or is it about 50 shots like Patrick does?
No, it's one shot.
Just one shot, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you stitch it?
No.
This is 58 shots stitched together, and
Yeah. It would make for an interesting look, but
yeah,
it was mainly just done for a quick post on Facebook.
yeah.
That's good. That's nice.
Okay, so here we got brown pelican, Bolsa Chica Ecological Reserve in Huntington Beach.
It doesn't look right, the colouring. Colouring of the big birds against the colouring of that one in the water.
Mhm.
Well, that's kind of neat. Wow, look at that. I guess he's going in. No, other. Okay, so he's got the bird is actually. No, I guess no. He's going in from an angle. Okay, yeah. Trying to figure out which. So he's coming in from right to left, top to bottom. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's neat. I wonder how many shots it took to get that. And this was at 1200 film wallplay. Yeah. So this was just auto shot and pick out the best one probably.
It looks like you should have took out that thing in the background.
Took this one out, you think?
Yeah.
That one out. Yeah. Just crop it in a little bit and get rid of this one. This one in the back. Is that what you're talking about, James? In the far back?
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything. It just looks like
Yeah.
a bit of blur.
Just kind of clone it out or something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, it's nice. Nice shot. Yeah, that takes a little bit of luck and skill to get that. Be in the right place at the right time and know what to do.
Mhm.
Yep, a little bit of everything. So here we go. House finch up against the idyllic background.
That's what I like it.
Now the bird's looking into the sun the right way, so we're good there.
Now, how do you know it's a male? Like, is it the colouring, the beak, the head, or what?
Yeah, it's usually the coloring. The males are usually more colorful.
Yeah. Yeah, usually the males are more colorful than the females in birds.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, the little one. Yeah, 1200. Yeah, so that's small little, and this was probably a few feet up in the air at least. So, 1200 millimeters, and it's still probably cropped a little bit. Yeah. They're tiny. House finches are pretty small birds. Here we go. That's lightening the load.
He's taking
I usually throw those away.
Yeah.
Whenever that happens, I usually throw it away.
Yeah. That's that's part of what pelicans do.
I think the better picture would have been with the person underneath receiving it.
Yeah. And here's a photographer to the left of me that didn't quite get out of the way just in time.
Yeah.
Now the question is, Wes, have you been out and had been hit by said pelican poop while you were out and about?
Not photography, not when I was doing photography, but
Okay.
at the beach I've been hit.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. I've been hit at the beach with seagull. I think it was the best I could tell based on the what hit my upper back was probably seagull.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it hit the upper back, not my head. But
Well, I guess I'm going back in the water now.
yeah, time to wash it off.
Yep.
No,
What do you think of the background on this? It just doesn't come across to me.
I think it's probably the real background. Yeah, so it just is what it is, probably. Yeah.
That's
It would have been nice to have some clouds in the background, but
that's why I replaced the backgrounds on the shots. It's
a little tougher with this one to do.
normally when you get this kind of thing.
Yeah, you're shooting up into the air and something going across the field of view, and yeah, you need the sky to cooperate. And that doesn't always happen, especially in a sunny day. Chances are, if it's sunny like that, there's not a lot of clouds in the sky. So if you can shoot at 2000 at ISO 1000, then yeah, chances are there's probably not a lot of clouds in the sky. It's going to be a bright day.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. I was going to say it's a really crappy shot. Oh, sorry.
I think you're taking the piss.
Okay, so here we go. We got great. Speaking of herons, great blue heron out in the evening sun. Yeah.
Yep.
No. What time of day was this taken? Right at sunset?
Yeah, it's probably between 4 and 5 somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. Low sun. Yeah.
I was just out working in the garage and like, oh, the light looks good today, so I ran down to the prairie for an hour or so.
Mhm.
Shots.
Yeah. So is this? So this is like a creek. So this is like the shore, a little ditch or whatever that it's in.
Yeah, it's like there was like a dike, I guess it would be called.
Okay.
Land
Yeah.
sort of water thing that got washed away in the hurricanes a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
So
So it just kind of fills up with water now. Yeah.
yeah, the water kind of flows in and out there
Okay.
now.
Okay. Yeah, so it gives a nice background of that. And he just took his beak out of the water. It looks like he's got water coming out of he was doing some fishing, looking for some dinner.
I actually got some video of him eating a fish, so
Oh, okay.
I'll post that at some point.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I like the shadow whiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. It's a very
Some
nice
shots
shot.
of-
Yeah. Nice background. Good shadow. Yeah.
Mhm.
Good light. Here they all are watching the great blue heron.
I was leaving and I saw this. Like, it's kind of a neat scene there.
Yeah. There he is.
Up in the trees up the top.
Yeah.
Yep.
It seems like everyone's looking down, but it's up
Yeah,
there.
they're looking
Yeah,
at
most-
their phone.
Yeah, they're most of them are looking at their phone, I think.
Yeah. That's the if this picture was taken 15 years ago, nobody would have been doing it. They actually would have been looking up at the bird.
Right.
Yeah. It's the bane of the smartphone.
Yep.
When I first looked at this, I didn't notice the birds in the trees. No wonder what
Yeah,
they were
when I first looked at it too, I was like, what are they looking at? I thought maybe they might be looking down at I didn't see the description. I thought, oh, maybe there was an alligator or something down there. But
Yeah.
I
I wish I
thought,
could have got back further and compressed it more, but
yeah,
I couldn't walk into the water there.
yeah,
I thought it was a nice picture catching the people looking at something. But I think it's better now that you got the sunny that they're looking at.
mhm,
Mhm.
yeah. That's a good shot. That's you just wish people were actually looking at the bird rather than at their phones. But I think this lady might be. Yeah. Everybody else is looking down. Yeah. But no, it's neat. It's nice. Nice light on the bird and things. So yeah, people and nature.
Mhm.
And here we go. American kestrel, Falco sparvarius. I am Falco Sparfarius. No, this is, I think a sky swap here. What do you think?
Yeah. I would say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, those are little birds too. Kestrels are not.
Oh yeah, they're super tiny.
Yeah, they're not very large. Yeah, there you go. 1,200. Yep, 2 times Helicobra. But yeah, nice. Nice shot of the bird.
It's funny because when I look at this bird, like you see the eye, and
Mhm.
you know when you see it's the beak. But at first I thought, is that the other eye or what? Until I come up close and I realised it's a beak.
Yeah. Yep. And here we go. Film photography, Athens Parthenon.
Yeah. Now, I took this a long time ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks like maybe turn of the century or so.
Yeah, way back. Yeah, when Queen Boadicea was on the throne. Yeah. But this was taken with Agfa E6.
Wow.
And I had a camera. It was my new camera. It was a Kowa SET with a fixed 50mm f1.8.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a bee's knees because I'd upgraded from a Yashica twin lens reflex.
Okay.
My first 35mm film camera. But at the time, I didn't realise I was downgrading. Really,
Mhm.
should have kept the medium format. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think the camera was very good in the heat because it was over 40 degrees in Athens, and
Oh.
you know it affected the film.
Oh. Yeah.
The colours weren't right, so now I can play with GIMP. I
Okay.
converted it to black and white. And
Okay.
then I put the fuzzy frame round, and I chose near enough match colour for the photograph.
Uh-huh.
And and I thought it does look like like a collodion photo from way back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it was 73. I mean, that was 40. So you were what? 18, 19?
I was when I was in Athens, 73. Yeah, I was probably about 22 or 23.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I was 17 because I went in the army then.
Yeah. That's neat. Kind of brought back not so great, what you didn't think was a great image, just due to the
Yeah, I was just going through some of the old stuff, like which you think, well, that didn't come out very well, but
Mhm.
see, it doesn't have to be pin sharp, does it?
No, not at all. I mean, it fits the scene, really.
It's the time period, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even back then, they were still working on it.
Yeah. Well, the English stole all the frieze off of it, wasn't it? We got it in the British Museum in London.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the Greeks keep asking for it back.
Yeah.
Wondering if maybe it's just Agfa in general. Because I shot a roll of Agfa E6 like 5 or 6 years ago, and I was not impressed with what I got back.
Had similar bad results.
Yeah, the colors were just off.
Yeah, I used to use Agfa all the time. Agfa E6. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't think it was
doesn't do
processing there?
when you shot your roll S, was it hot? Was it like?
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it might be, maybe it's just the heat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the colours used to be quite vibrant on Agfa compared with Kodak.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Huh. Yeah, it might be because you said it was 40 degrees when you were in Athens back then. So that's
It's well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's warm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This guy's walking around with a jacket, and they have jackets on.
Yeah. I remember there was a big sign up saying, "Do not take anything away."
Yeah.
Because it was like stones and pebbles and things like scattered all over the top there. And I thought to myself, how many thousands of years has this been there?
Yeah.
They must dump the stones up there for the tourists,
Uh-huh. Yeah, because that people just been taking
Because
stuff away.
right now, every single free pebble what you can put in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, that's neat. That's good. Able to take one shot that was from a long time ago and make it and change it around a little bit, which is neat.
Yeah, I mean, when I was there, I don't know if Indiana Jones was there, but it's just the right time period.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a neat one. Okay, and here's a car from the same period.
Yeah, this is a rescan of the 4x5 negative.
Okay.
Yeah, and I scanned it at 1600 dpi, and even then, in black and white, it was 300 megabyte.
So the original scan when you did it was what?
I think I scanned it at about 6400 dpi, and it came out about 1.5.
Okay,
gig.
so this is the one that was you were talking about. It was almost 2 gigs. Yeah.
So I thought I'd put it in the V800 again and have a play.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't really notice the detail of the chassis, the metalwork underneath and everything.
Yeah. I mean all the whatever, I don't know. Patina is not the right word, but the
Yeah, the suspension. I didn't really notice it the first time round, but for film, this is Fomapan
okay.
100, and it was developed in HC 110.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, pretty basic film and development. You didn't do anything tricky with it, not
no, it's just
black and white film developed in a basic developer, and yep.
stuck it in the GIMP, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah, all the detail there on the bar and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because that actually came out. I would have thought with the medium format ones I took on the same day. There's
Uh-huh.
no detail underneath the car. It's just black.
Okay.
Yeah.
The large format gave you the extra.
Yeah. Well, I mean, large format,
Yeah.
35 millimeter. You'd have to blow it up 10 times just to get to the size of this negative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So obviously, it's so much more detail in amongst the pixels.
Yep.
Or in this case.
A lot more information to find if you can do it. Yeah.
And I thought, well, if you really did scan this at maximum, a drum scanner would obviously bring out stuff you can't even see.
Yeah.
Did you ever get
If you were scanning the negative.
Mark?
What's that?
Did you ever get any of your 4x5 drum scan?
No, I haven't. I am gonna do that. I've got to re-research the price. I think there's a couple that I want to do, but I don't know if I want to pay $100 for a drum scan. That's the
Expensive.
the thing. I'd like to get a high resolution scan, but I don't know if I want it that much.
I mean, the black and white film, well, that Fomapan only works out about 50 pence a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean it's inexpensive film, really.
It is because you know yourself. The color's about $5.
Oh, yeah.
To use it. Yeah.
No, I mean for me it's normally not that inexpensive, but basically $1, $1 a negative, and then Portra or whatever is probably $4 to $5. It's like 4 to 5 times as much, for color over black and white. So and black and white, I mean, the right scenes, a lot of the stuff I like it better than color on a lot of stuff. So
Yeah. Well, black and white goes with this vintage.
oh
film.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
The lens on the Chamonix was 240 millimeters, so that's about 70 mil on a 35 mil camera.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
It's about a 3 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a nice shot. Yeah, and plenty of detail. So did you compare it to the other one that was scanned at 6400? Could you really see that much more detail?
No, it just seems a lot noisier. getting the grain of the negative. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably was too much of a good thing, probably. Yeah. No,
Aren't
that's
you using a flatbed scanner anyway?
Yeah, it's the Epson V800. It's an LED scanner. You know, it's not
Yeah.
not the
I think
tube.
I don't think they scan much higher than about 2400 DPI anyway. Is what
Uh,
I've read. Is once you go above that, it's you're not
you can
getting everything.
interpolate up to 6,000 or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This V800. When you bring up the software for it, you can choose 6400 DPI.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've done
Doing
tests and
interpolating though.
shown
Yeah.
that it's not really getting that much detail.
Would you think? Do you think it's interlaced?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interpolated.
Probably scanning at half that. Then yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think. I think you're right, Wes. I think for that, because I was doing when I was scanning, the scanner I was using was a V800, and I think it said the max was 24 or something like that. I mean, the straight, and then you can interpolate or do whatever, software interpolation. It's kind of like scaling on music or something, they just.
Yeah, there was some website I found of some guy in Germany that did this testing of flatbed
Mhm.
scanners, and he found that 2400 was about where they max out.
Yeah. That was about as good as you were really going to get. Yeah. It's a review site. He reviews all flatbed scanners, and I can't remember the name, but yeah, I found out that my little Canon flatbed here will do, if it could do a 4x5, it can't, but it would do. I think the most it could realistically do was like 1600. Yeah. Whereas the 800 could do maybe 2400. Yeah. But
Yeah.
the ideal scan ratio is about 16. They thought it was like 16 to 1800 DPI seemed to be the sweet spot as far as file size and detail and everything.
Yeah, no, normally I won't scan more than 1600 DPI because the files are just huge.
Yeah, they get so big. Yeah, they get almost unmanageable.
But
Especially,
I've only used it for medium format and a large format because I've got a dedicated Nikon 4000 here for the 35mm.
which is a fantastic scanner. Yeah.
It really is top quality what comes out of that. Yeah.
So speaking of top quality, you can take a top quality shot from the top deck of this double-decker bus.
Yeah, now this double-decker bus, you see, my cousin must love this because it actually is from the area where we live.
Oh, I see Paddington.
Yeah.
Every other day or so, I catch 36, 18, and number 6.
Yeah, we used to take this bus to schools. There's a good chance that we actually got on this bus.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, and it was at the car show, which is at least 35 miles away from Paddington.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it must have just been in good shape, and whoever bought this, was it an individual owner?
It belongs to the Transport Museum on the island.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, these were the latest Route Masters when we were kids.
The RT 1702.
I was saying to Dennis earlier on when we was going to school, you never stood in line on the bus stop. You always stood about 10 yards in front of everyone. When the bus come, you started running and you jumped on the bus before everybody else tried to get on it.
Yeah. And I said to him, what we used to do is get the bus home from school, and what you do is you go upstairs. You see, and you hope that the conductor doesn't come up and collect the fares before you get to your bus stop.
Oh.
We used to hang around on the staircase. As soon as it pulled up, we'd all leg it off the bus without paying.
They don't make you pay when you get on?
No. The ticket guy used to stand on the platform at the back with a bag and a machine to give you the ticket. And you just got on and sat down, and he would come round and go, fares please, and give you a ticket.
Conductor.
Yeah.
And how much was the fare?
Oh, it was about fourpence.
Okay.
Did you have a school bus pass?
Yeah, I had a school bus pass. Yeah, you got half fare, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, but they grew wise in the end. There's a pole at the back where you get on, where you grab to get on.
Uh-huh.
And in the end, we all come tumbling down the stairs, and the guy he was standing by the pole with his arms out on the other two poles. No one could get off without paying.
Yeah. he figured it out.
This is large format again.
Yeah. This is nice. Fomapan again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this was originally took this a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's neat. It's a neat shot.
It's got the latest dates on it because it was a rescan.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. No, it's nice. Once again, that's a perfect black and white shot there. I mean, that's perfect for black and white. Yeah.
Of course, as we know, they're red.
Yeah. Bright red.
Yeah, bright red under the transport bus.
Yeah. No, it's neat. That's neat. So you saw that? Yeah, that's always neat when you see something like that from your past, and all of a sudden you remember all this. Brings back a lot of memories. You know,
Just making me cousin homesick.
Yeah.
I still remember the horse troughs outside Paddington General, where they let the horses have to drink.
Yeah. Yeah. And then.
Yeah. Now this was when we was in the city of York.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this one where you had to do a bunch of perspective correction on this one?
Yeah. And I tried so much to try and straighten it up. I mean, it's a crooked place anyway because it's old.
Yeah.
I was going to say the house looks like it's a bit leaning to the right.
Yeah, it's leaning, and you get this nice. Is this what I noticed over here is on the left? Is that actually there?
Yeah, I think that is like that.
All right.
It's so old that it's like suffering from subsidence, and
yeah.
I mean, this is a really old town, York. You know, it's a walled city. The Romans were there, the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this building is probably 400 or 500 years old, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was quite nice. I had my lunch in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it is. You can see. You got to. I don't know how. Yeah, how would you adjust that? This probably took a lot to get it to this point. I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I really had to play with it because I took it with a 15mm wide end.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah, so you adjust it one way, and then that throws something else off. And,
The outside was really like leaning. I tried to straighten it up a bit. You know.
Yeah. It's one of those things you almost make it. If you're not careful, you make it worse.
Well, taking it with the 15 probably didn't help much.
Yeah.
Well, it was the only way of getting it in. It was like I'm standing right up against another building.
Oh, okay. So you're on the other side of the plaza, but you can't go any farther back. So you need a wide angle just to even get it in frame. Yeah.
I tilted the camera. I needed to get the roof in, so I tipped the camera up. But of course, then I had to change the perspective because I turned it into a trapezium.
Yeah.
Try and bring it back, square it up, you know.
Yeah, and then you end up squishing it. And
This was the average.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried that on a few, and I just end up, thank goodness for undo, because I get to the point where it looks like something out of a fun house. When you go in the mirrors, by the time I got done with it, it was all much worse than it was before I started.
The two keys I use most, Command and Z. Just takes off what you've just done. Undo. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those cases where it's the best you're going to get given the circumstance,
Yeah, but of course, in this photograph, these kind of buildings are all over the place anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not too serious.
Yeah. And it's probably not too far off the truth. It probably is tilting and leaning a little bit just because it's old.
Yeah, it does lean.
Yeah. But no, that's and here's another old building.
Yeah, this was in the gardens at Woburn Abbey.
Okay.
A great big manor house stolen by the king years ago. But with this one, there was two modern streetlights attached to the side of that folly.
Oh, yeah. So where were they here?
It was on the sides, so.
Oh, okay.
I cloned them out because it just didn't go with the building.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is bracing to keep it together, basically.
Yeah. I think it's dry stone. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, so yeah, these brackets and this cable, and it's tightened to hold it to keep it from falling out, basically. Yeah.
It didn't have a roof.
Yeah. Okay.
You
The
could go
roof
in
was
there.
long gone. Yeah, it was probably a timber and thatch roof or something like that. Yeah.
They used to build these things. They're like follies. They got no purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this was Voigtlander.
This was in the Duke of Bedford's place. The 15 mil again.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I like the color. I mean, I like the.
Yeah, the stones were really colourful. Actually, I toned down the colour on this.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, colorful stones, and then the flowers and stuff that's growing on out of the stones.
Yeah.
Neat. Yeah.
Magnificent gardens, though. Massive lakes with like Chinese pagoda type buildings. And,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lots of upkeep.
they must have stolen so much in past buildings.
Yeah, I'm sure. And that's a neat building and neat shot. Lots of interesting components to it. Colorful and old, and yeah, neat one. Well, cool. Well, that's a good one. Good images there. Good start to the year. Do we want to continue the editing thing? I poked around a little bit, and outside of doing Google, if not everybody's on Google, they're really the best thing I found is like various versions of that WeShare that we did
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, where you can upload for free, and you just, the image will stay up there for typically it seems like 5 or 6 days, and then you just have to email to the people in the group, and then you can just download it. And most of them are a gigabyte, 1.5 gigabyte. I mean, I think that's probably the best.
Seems fine to me.
Still can't work out why I can send my cousin photographs for 150 megabyte and they go through with no trouble, but you can't send them back.
Yeah, I don't know. There's you've got that 300 megabit per second connection. Maybe it's a fiber optic thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, better now, Dennis.
Yeah, you'll have to try again now. Now you've got 240 meg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just zip it up and away it goes. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think outside of that, I think that like that WeShare, I have to pull up that site and do that. But I think that is probably seems like the best solution for larger file, anything over 10 megabyte, basically.
You're going to have to choose the next subject. Any ideas?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting to. If there's anything that anybody has an image that they want to share for, interpretive editing.
Yeah.
If there's a shot or something, why don't we do this? I think I have everybody's email. I will. I'll find whichever one that was. I think it was WeShare was the name of that site. I'll send that out to everybody with a link, and then if you maybe in the next week post a few up there, or do we want to start over? Do we want to just submit some images to the group next week and then pick and then start into it again?
I'll do one or two.
Okay. Yeah.
What about
two? Maybe we can post it to the group. I should have some time to go through and take a look at some of my older shots.
Yeah, or do you want to choose a subject like we did before? We've done motion and.
Yeah, we could do that and kind of start off with an actual incentive to actually use the camera. Yeah, that might be good.
Night scenes, street scenes.
Could do night scene might be interesting.
Yeah, I mean street scenes here would be not too interesting because it's like
there's nobody on the street. Yeah.
there's no one around.
the vacant street scene.
I won't be swapping the background out. I'll be putting people in, you know.
Yeah. Can add some people to the scene.
Yeah.
But do you want to do a night scene? Whatever dark. Why don't we use dark maybe?
Yeah, especially while the evenings are dark.
Yeah, you could do either. That could be either light or something else that is dark.
Yeah.
So
That-
we'll do that. You think about that, and maybe see if we can come up with something for the next couple of weeks. Whatever we can get in the next week or two.
Yeah.
I mean,
Take
it's definitely more dark than daylight this time of year. So got more time when it's dark than it's light. So got more opportunity, I guess.
So for this week, it's a dark picture.
Yeah, dark, whatever that means. It could be night.
I've got loads of them.
Yeah.
No, but the idea of it is to get you out to take the new photograph.
This is it. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to endeavor to actually come up with a new image based on that theme. So if we can do that, then add them to the group over the next 2 weeks. So it'll kind of be like a 2 week time frame on that. So whatever we can do next week and the week after. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can each come up with maybe at least one each week. That'd be good. We can do that. So why don't we settle in on that? Do that for the next couple weeks. Post them to the group. We can talk about them. And in the meantime, everybody stay safe. Get your vaccine if you can. If not, wear your mask. How about that?
Well, yeah. I don't know when they're going to be coming round here, but
And take your vitamin D.
take me vitamin D. I go and drink a pint of milk before I go to bed.
Okay. Yep.
In the morning.
Yeah.
For me, it's lots of coffee with cream in it. How about that? That works.
That's with me. There's lots of tea with milk in it.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Oh, well, lots of coffee means you'll not be going to sleep tonight.
Oh, that's perfect for night photography.
This is true.
Anyway, so I might as well get up and make some images. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for showing up. See if we can get some images for next week. And until then, stay safe. Have fun. All right. All right. Take care, guys. All right.
See you guys.